Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Sarabbas Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Dub honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, ready to accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening and learning. You few sisters who are listening and learning. Isaiah from GMS Atlanta Camp coming at you on the lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another daily edification, another Sunday edification. Lord, will it be edifying? So this is just a hopeful elect Israelite public service announcement for the Day of Atonement. So Lord, will it be edifying? Real quick to the point. So first precept I want to read. It's a lot of new brothers and sisters that's being reactivated to the truth. So, and I usually do this like I usually repost the video that I did. I usually repost it every year for the Day of Atonement, but I said I'm just gonna do another one, another live lesson. So Lord wills be edifying. So I'm gonna read here first Leviticus 23 and 26. It reads, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. So this is it's like you between you and the Heavenly Father making a clean slate. It's like starting over. So it say, and you shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement to make an atonement for you before the Lord, Yahweh, your power. Now, some brothers have to work, some sisters have to work, so they don't apply at this time. It say verse 29, for whatsoever soul it be that should not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. Right? It say, and whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, that same soul will I destroy from among his people, which they don't apply to now. As far as working, you should do no work, you should do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. In all your dwellings, it shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the 9th month. At evening, from even unto even, shall you celebrate your Sabbath. So, this is one. Get this one in Leviticus 20 and Leviticus 16. It's Leviticus 16 and 29. It reads, and this shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, you shall afflict your souls and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger that soldier among you. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Lord, right? Because it's like you starting over making a clean slate with Yahweh Shema Shah, right? It's a it shall be a Sabbath of rest unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls by a statute forever. And the priest, whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to minister in the priest's office in his father's stead, shall make an atonement and shall put on the linen cloth, even the holy garments. Now, this priesthood It applies to all the men of Israel now, all 12 tribes. So it say verse 33, and he shall make an atonement for an holy sacrifice, and he shall make an atonement for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the congregation and for the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priests and for all the people of the congregation. Right? It say, and this shall be an everlasting statute unto you to make an atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year. And he did as the Lord Yahweh commanded Moses. So when they talk about the priests, I want to get this, because now this applies to all the men of Israel, right? It's Hebrews 7:14, it reads, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. Because now the priesthood through Yahushua is to all 12 tribes, right? So in Malachi, it reads this. It's Malachi 3:2. It reads, but who may abide the day of his coming, which is Yahushua, and who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire and like full of soap, right? To cleanse you, to purge the elect. Verse 3, and he shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi. This priesthood applies to all 12 tribe men now, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. And this is the day of it. When you come into the truth, the Day of Atonement is a major thing, man. And we supposed to keep it just like the Passover, man. You supposed to do this just like you take this as a Passover, man. So I want to get this in Isaiah. I just want to show that because the priesthood now applies to all 12 tribe men of Israel. So let's read this. Isaiah 58:1, it reads, cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, in the house of Jacob their sins. Verse 2 reads, it say, yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their power. Because this is the whole fleck turning back and doing these things. They ask of me the ordinances of justice, because it tell you in what is that, Judges 5:11, we are rehearsing righteous acts of the Lord. It said they take delight in approaching to power. And that's what the whole elect doing now, but 2/3 ain't gonna do this. So we warn about the whole elect. Verse 3, it said, wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our souls, and thou takest no knowledge? Because this is what the hypocrites do. They doing something different, like I tell you in Mark chapter 7, verse 9 say they keep their own traditions, right? That's what it's talking about. This is the Lord saying, wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our souls, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of your fast, ye find pleasure and exact all your labors. See, this is what 2/3 is doing. You got a lot of guys in Israel doing this, man. Okay? They ain't going about what the Lord say. So it say, verse 4, behold, ye fast for strife and debate. And I'm going to show you this in Matthew's, man. Because this is what the Pharisees and Sadducees were doing. It say, behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. No, because this is atonement of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. This is not of men. So you got these today, you got these same wicked Pharisees and Sadducees today that's doing the same as old, man. It say, this is verse 5. Is it such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and to spread sackcloth and ashes upon him? Wilt thou call this a fast, an acceptable day to the Lord? Right? This is verse 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen to loose the bands? See, the fast that these people doing, it has nothing to do with loosing the bands. It's different, man, because that's the same wicked thing the Pharisees was doing, which I'm going to read in Matthew's. It's a verse 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? Every yoke of what, man? Following the ways of Esau Edom, man. The doctrines of life, the cares of this world, man. It say, is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bringest the poor, that I cast out to thy house, when thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thy own flesh? They ain't doing this, man. You say oppress not the widows, right? The fatherless. This is dealing with 2/3. Okay, this is them same heathen customs of that Jake do. We talking about Jake, these wicked Pharisees and Sadducees. Right here in verse 6, this is the Lord saying, the fast that he have set up for us, it say, is not this the fast that I have chosen to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke. See, in 7, verse 5 and 3, verse 5, 3 through 7, minus number 6. These are 2/3 Jakes, man. So that's why the Jake said this. Let me go back to Malachi real quick. I want to make a point here. In Malachi 3 and 13, this is what these wicked niggas doing, man. This is supposed to be atonement to, I say, to loose the bands and from wickedness, man. So right here in Malachi 3 and 13, it say, your words have been stout against me, saith Yahweh. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said, it is vain to serve God. You see? And what? And remember, this is still in Malachi 3 about purging your sins, right? It say he's going to purge the sons of Levi, which it would today's all 12 tribes. It said, your words have been stout against me, saith Yahweh. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said, it is vain to serve God. And what profit is it that we keep his ordinances? You see? And that we have walked mournfully before the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And now, here we go. We call the proud happy. Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. You see? Remember Isaiah 58, we'll go back and read it. And they that work wickedness are set up. Yeah, they that tempt God are even delivered. To what? To do what they want to do. Right here. It's supposed to be the loose wickedness. If Isaiah 58 and 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? Well, they ain't doing this, man. In Matthew, now let's get this. In Matthew 6, and these are the same guys back today, man. Same ones. Salakia. So in Matthew 6, right, in verse 5, it reads, and when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are. What hypocrites? 2/3 of Jake, right? These wicked Jakes. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Right? This is verse 6. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. You pray privately, man, not in the opening. You know how when you go to how we used to go to Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas dinners, everybody hold hands and somebody say the prayer. No, man, no, that's off, man. But that's in Mark 7:6 through 9. Those are the traditions of men, man. Okay, it say, but thou when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. These devils in our land, how they pray, man? They all around each other, humming, bending over, bobbing. This is verse 7. It said, but when ye pray, use not vain repetition. Because that's what them guys do over there in the land of Israel right now. Okay? They use vain repetitions, man. In the churches right now, in the holy house, they do vain repetition, man. Okay? But when it say, but when ye pray, use not vain repetition as the heathen do. Because 2/3 of our people are heathen. Remember, what is that? In Matthew 18, right? 15 through 17, the Lord say, if your brother or sister don't want to hear you, you bring a witness. Then they don't want to hear your witness, then tell it to the church. If they neglect to hear the church, let them beat you as a heathen man or a publican. So our people, 2/3 of Jacob is heathens, man. Okay? It tell you in the second Ezra, it say, listen, all you heathen that have ears, man, in second Ezra. I think it's second Ezra chapter 3. Either chapter 2, I think it's chapter 3. The Lord talking to the heathen that he gave ears to hear. That's the whole elect, man. It's also in Isaiah, I forgot what chapter, Isaiah 42, I think it is, maybe 41. The Lord called, he said to the Gentiles, which are the Israelites. Okay? So it say, but when ye pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Right? That's what Jake do. But now today it applies to these these 1948ers in our land. So here's the point I want to make, man. Because when I did this lesson a while ago, brothers told me they ain't even know about this. So this is Matthew chapter 6, in verse 8. It reads, be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before you ask. Right? The Lord already know, man. So let me jump down to verse 16. Because brothers said they didn't know about it. A few brothers said they didn't know about this. So it say right here, fasting, the true treasure, wealth, mammon, right? Going into the whole thing about, you can't worship the Lord and money. Now, right here, verse 16, because a lot of people don't know this. It say, Matthew 6:16, moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Now, this is to you out there that didn't know about this. This is verse 17, Matthew 6:17. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face. A lot of people don't know about this. Day of Atonement. Listen, sundown, wash your face, anoint your head, man. You got whatever, man. You got coconut oil, you got olive oil, whatever, man. But you greasing your scalp. It say anoint thy head. You greasing your head, you greasing your scalp, and wash your face, man. Okay? It said, but thou when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. So I want to make that point. Now, it said in Leviticus, let me go back to this. I want to make this point too. Now, right here, it said also Leviticus 23 and 27. Also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you. You shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Right? What's the offering that you're making by fire? This is Romans 12 and 1. It reads, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of power, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice. You see it? Holy, acceptable unto power, which is your reasonable service. This is a part of it, man. This is for the men going to the highways and hedges, right? And it's also for the Day of Atonement, man. Same thing for you women. You women got lots too. Help brothers with waters, making garments, and doing the Day of Atonement. This applies to you too. Listen to the hopeful elect, men and women, man. Present our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. Okay? This is that fire. This is that offering made by fire, man. It's your body. So I got one more precept here. Oh, as a matter of fact, hold on. Bear with me for a second. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up so I can show you in the pocket for real quick. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna go to Sirach. All right, let me pull this back up. Yeah. Go to Sirach real quick and get this. This is Ecclesiasticus 34 and verse 26. And it reads, so is it with a man that fasteth for his sins and goeth again and doeth the same. Who will hear his prayer? Or what doeth his humbling profit him? It ain't gonna profit you if you partake in the Day of Atonement and you still doing the same thing, man. Right? The Lord called us to repent and turn back. And that's why I say, um, if you don't even partake in the Day of Atonement, man, ain't no telling what the Lord gonna do to you, man. Just being real. They say in the soul that don't do with it, right? Because the Lord have given us mercy, man, to take part in this. So again, Ecclesiastes 36 and 26. So is it with a man that fasteth for his sins and goeth again and doeth the same. Who will hear his prayer? Or what doeth his humbling profit him? Right? Micah said in the book of Micah, well, I could have got it there, man. I could have just pulled it from there. Anyway, I don't went back to the blue letter. So let's get it here. In Micah 7 and 9, it reads this. Micah 7 and 9 reads, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. So what's going on right now is the Lord is bringing us forth to the light, man. Let me get one more here in Psalms. Gotta prove that real quick. This is the Lord showing us mercy, man, by letting us partake in the Day of Atonement, man. So right here, this is Psalm 65:4. It reads, "Blessed is the man whom thou choosest and causes to approach unto thee." This is how we get back. In 1 Timothy 2:5, it says Yahushua is the mediator, man, between Yahweh and the elect of Israel, the hopeful elect, man. This is how we get back, man. Uh, um, Judges 5:11, man. It say, "Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and causes to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple." Here's the point I want to make. Listen, look at this. Verse 5 say, "By terrible things and righteousness, by terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us." It's kind of, it's a little suffering, man, to go through a Day of Atonement. No food, no water, 24, man. Okay, it say, "By terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us, O power of our salvation, who are the confidence of all the ends of the earth, and of them that are far off upon the sea," which the Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. The Lord say, "By terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us," man. This is how the Lord is answering us. This is how the Lord is turning back his face, man, by letting us, giving us mercy, man, to partake in the Day of Atonement, man. These are, and it what to tell you? Oh, I gotta get this. I gotta get it. I gotta get it. 2 Corinthians, was that 4:17? I think it is. 2 Corinthians 4:17 reads, "For our light affliction," this is a light affliction, "for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceedingly and eternal weight of glory." You see, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal, man. Hey, this is a light affliction, man, which is but for a moment. A hot 24, man. You can do it. Working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, man. So I just want to make them points. Lord, what is edifying? Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Oh, let me show this again. Let me show this again one time. Let's go back. Salakia. One more time, just in case. Just in case. Let's show it again. In Matthew 6, one more time. One more time. Right here, Matthew 6:17. It reads, "But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face." Okay? It's just simply greasing your scalp and washing your face right at sundown, man. Okay? Or right before sundown, however you want to do it. But do this before you start your atonement, man. "But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face." So, Lord was edifying. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Bahashim Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, really accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the wealth who are listening learning. You sisters who are listening learning. Lord was edifying today. Tell them I say Shalom. Wah, ball. May Yahweh Shema Shah be with you in your atonement. Lord willing. Till next time, Shalom. The water for tuning in. The water for tuning in. Stay prayed up. May Yahweh Shema Shah be with you, Akim, and Atwaf through this light affliction. Through this light affliction. Shalom.